I get that, but I respect the local people who are working for them.
Oh,
They're doing their
Big Blue Thumb Productions presents the Podley Podcast. Here's your hosts, Podley Bill, Podley Cliff, and Podley Paul.
And good evening. Here we are. We're back. Live 188. Episode 188. We actually are here live tonight on this Monday night.
live. We're not dead. We're live. I just dropped the drumstick, but damn sakes, let me tell you. So
Wow.
I got to duck out. Talk amongst yourselves.
I'm going to have to bring extra ones.
That's right.
So when you lose it.
I just need to get a little drum set here so Bill can be the drum tech.
There you go.
You actually need drums there. You got the sticks. You need the
Yeah.
drums now. That's what you need. Well, that's true. Yeah, use your bottle light. Yeah, that's game on.
And hello there, Nicole. Nicole gets the big 3,500 points.
To 3,500 points.
It has been a long time no see, has it not? We've been, well, you guys have been busy. You've been away. You've been busy.
It's
You've been away.
I've been
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
It has been a while. Yeah, no commitment, no dedication. We get that part.
Yeah, don't have to say it.
Yeah, we take
Hello,
that.
William.
We take that criticism seriously, Mr. Seltzer.
2,500.
2,500 points, my friend.
Yeah, we haven't thrown points out for so long.
That's right. Happy you showed up.
Yeah, yeah. So.
And then there's So Mr. Kirkland.
Well,
Look at
Kirkland,
that.
1,500 points. There, we've given all the points out, just like that.
Just like that.
Really, really quick.
Nice to have you guys show up. Nice of us to show up.
Nice of you guys to remember us,
Finally
by
here.
the way. It's been a while. Nice of you guys to remember us. It has been a while. When was the last time? Was it 3 weeks ago?
Somewhere around there.
No, it was
maybe
longer than
4
that. Maybe
weeks
a month ago. Yeah.
Has
Yeah.
it been that long?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Somewhere in that.
Wow.
that,
Okay,
vicinity.
see what I'm doing here? I'm pulling up my socks. Just saying. I just wanted a visual that I'm pulling up my socks.
Jeremy's currently doing bed.
Hi, Jeremy's
routines.
kids.
We'll try to come back.
Hi, Jared.
Yeah, no problem. Where's the commitment?
Exactly, William. Mr. Kirkland. That's what I say, my friend.
Yes.
It's ridiculous.
It's been a busy few weeks for us. So yeah, as I said, I was away, and then you were away. So
How's the
lots of
trip?
traveling.
And it started
I
out
was
with a
busy.
long weekend, didn't it?
It did. It was a long weekend.
I think that's what it was.
I think
September
there was-
long.
I think there was a
It was
long
September
weekend,
long.
and then the weekend later, I left on the Sunday for
Yeah.
Vancouver.
Right, and then I left the
And
following
then you
week.
left the fall. Well,
No,
2 weeks.
2
No,
weeks.
I was gone-
2 weeks. That's right.
I was
yeah.
gone for 2 weeks on the road, and then I came
Yeah.
back, and you left. So no good. It was very, very busy as always,
Yeah.
as we've talked about in the past on
Yeah.
this show, and it's been
Do you get any
Hectic.
downtime? Do you get any downtime? Like, do you,
our only downtime is really
eat?
to eat, and maybe a little bit in the afternoons, depending on when we arrive to the hotel. We might have a little bit
Yeah.
of downtime before we have to unload the trucks, and once the trucks are unloaded, it's full setup.
And the trucks are 53 footers?
Nope, not 53s. They're big. They're I don't know what.
I'm just trying to. I'm trying to get a
They're
visual.
big trucks, but not a 53
Okay.
foot trailer. So they're two large trucks, and so we got to get those unloaded. And by the time we get the show set, we're usually wrapping up about 8 o'clock at night, and then we go eat. And by that time, you might have a quick drink.
Few drinks, yeah.
Well, yeah,
And
nobody
then-
wants to do a damn thing because
and
you're so tired.
Then it's
Yeah.
into bed and up bright and early the next morning, and
Start the drinking all over again.
yeah,
Oh, no.
that's it.
That's it. That's it.
But up early the next morning, and then you do the show, and the show was always from 9:30 to 4:30, and then as soon as the show ends, you change and you tear down the show, which usually took till about
And
7:30, load up the trucks and eat and travel. And we have the travel day in between.
The travel day in between,
The first week was, flying from to Vancouver, and then Vancouver to Calgary, and then driving Calgary to Edmonton. And the next week was driving through the prairies, so driving from Edmonton to
Winnipeg.
Saskatoon.
Yep.
And then Saskatoon to Regina,
Yep.
and then the big 6-hour drive from Regina to Winnipeg.
yeah.
Yes.
And then I flew out on Friday night from Winnipeg after the show.
And that's as far east as you go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's just like that. It's
Non-stop.
A little bit of downtime in between, and like I said, it's very little. You maybe get an hour in your hotel room to relax a little bit, or you go hang out with the team for a little bit until it's time to put the work gloves on and away you go. I saw
And then away you go.
Cliff stopped by in Edmonton,
Yeah, in Edmonton at
Doubletree Hilton there.
Doubletree Hilton. That was good.
Nice.
That was good. Yeah, nice to
Nice.
see you there.
Nice.
I got a chance to see the holographic machine again.
Yeah,
That thing is a
so
cat's
holograms.
meow, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very briefly, what it is, it's basically looks like a gargantuan phone booth, and there's a person, God knows where, it doesn't matter
They
where.
were
In
in
this
our
case, it was an Ottawa
head
office,
office. Yeah.
and she's the wife, she's the daughter-in-law of the owner,
Yeah, and the wife of our
and the wife
owner's son.
owner's son, and so basically she was at the office in front of a regular white screen photography booth or whatever, and they were broadcasting, and the broadcast, the way it works, this particular thing picks it up, and we get to see, basically it looks like she's standing right there in front of us, and you can interact with her via the cameras too, so we're like wave at her and she waves back,
Chat to her
and stuff. It's really awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, the technology is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Jeremy, your reference is taken. I absolutely remember that commercial.
Go
So-
on to Winnipeg.
Go
Jeremy
on to
says,
Winnipeg.
go on to Paulie. Audio,
Winnipeg.
audio. This is audio.
Like-
Yes.
Because he says I get the reference and nobody else gets the reference.
I
Because you
got
don't
the-
know what they're talking about.
I got the reference. Go on.
And it's
So, but Jeremy says go to Winnipeg, and we all get that reference, those of us who are old. Go to Winnipeg.
nothing against those. If any of you are from originally from Winnipeg, or
Not that there's anything
Winnipeg,
wrong with
not
that.
that there's anything wrong with that. But I got to say, I never see much of Winnipeg when I'm there, other than a street driving
Street
to
drive.
the venue. And I've never seen much in Winnipeg to say that I would like to live there. But again, no offense
No.
if you live in Winnipeg.
Yeah, not that
But-
there's anything wrong with that.
It's been
Actually,
years. I was a kid
Winnipeg's
last
a
time I was in
really
Winnipeg.
great. Winnipeg's a
Yeah.
really great art town.
Is that right?
Oh yeah, it's a beautiful art.
Is that right?
Great music scene.
They do have some music
Great art
venues
scene,
there,
yeah.
I've heard, but I've
Great
never
art
been.
scene.
Crash Test Dummies from Winnipeg, their hometown.
That's true.
Oh, and BTO, Burton Cummings from
Burton
Winnipeg.
Cummings
Burton
is from
Cummings
Winnipeg as well.
We know that.
Yes. Yeah.
Burton
And
Cummings,
But
huge.
Backman
some good musicians definitely have come out of Winnipeg for sure.
was
Come on,
Bubba Backman from there too, or was it just Burton?
I don't know if he was from there. He now lives. Randy Bachman now lives in Salt Spring. Island.
Salt Spring, yeah, lucky bastard.
Oh, I didn't know that. Is that right? I did not know that. Very
Yeah.
So Burton's touring again.
He is.
Yeah,
He is back
I don't know
on
which
tour.
band he's touring with, but he's touring again.
I think it's just a band he's made up for
No.
his tour.
One of the most unique voices in.
And- but
Agreed,
BTO,
yeah.
100%. I absolutely.
Yeah.
When you hear that voice, you know that's Burton.
You know it's
Cummings.
Burton. There's
You
no way.
know
It's like
that's
if
Burton
you listen
Cummings.
to
It's
the
like
song,
Geddy Lee. It's like Geddy Lee.
Geddy Lee, Elton John,
Yeah.
Burton Cummings. All these people, they have very unique voices, and
Yep.
when they, you instantly know it's them, right?
Yeah.
Prince. You're not going to think
100%.
anybody else is Prince than Prince.
100%.
You know?
100%.
Well, and actually, BTO, Back when Turner Overdrive, has been touring again.
Oh,
They've been doing some shows here and there. Yeah,
He's like I'm back.
he is. by the way, William Seltzer, I just was reading this, said Leslie Ann, Dad, Mom, Grandma, Maria, and Auntie Alice are all here with me.
Oh wow!
I will be acting as a commentator for the group. Okay, we'll talk really slow, William, so that.
Hello,
you can-
Leslie Ann, Dad, Mom, Grandma, Maria, and Auntie Alice, and commentator.
And I wish you all a good evening.
And we'll just talk really slow so he can make sure he commentates correctly.
That's right.
Yeah.
He's the commentator.
Yeah. So, by the way, everybody, if you're wondering, we decided to kind of go with no specific topic tonight because we hadn't been here for quite a while. And so you were traveling as well. You mentioned you went to Lloydminster.
To Lloyd.
So we stopped in lunch in Lloyd on our way for lunch.
For
in
lunch,
Lloyd. Yeah. But yeah, so you were just in Lloyd for that week?
Yeah, 1 week, and then moved a little further east.
Alberta side or Saskatchewan side?
What's funny is we stayed at the Border Inn and Suites, so it's kind of like right
Yeah,
on the cusp.
We went by that.
You're on the line, baby.
we went right by
Yeah.
there.
And then we went further east into Maidstone because they have an elementary school there and whatnot. So like a joke with people, right? Other people when they say they're traveling, they're like it's Milan, New York, Paris. Not us, me. It's Vegreville, Lloydminster.
Go to Lloyd. You were in Lloyd proper for 7 days?
No, not long.
I was, yeah.
No.
Wow, that's a long time in Lloyd.
Yeah. We ate at the Canadian Brew House there, I think, but I don't remember if it was on the Alberta side or the Saskatchewan side, to be honest.
Yeah, well, so it just depends on the bill. If you see a GST on there.
And that's true. That's actually true. That's a
I
good
don't.
point.
That I don't even remember.
That's a
Yeah.
good point.
No, actually, it's all they consider businesses with GST, but then the education system is in the Saskatchewan side.
Right.
It's the weirdest thing, man. I don't know how they keep track of it.
It is weird.
Yeah.
And like,
And William says no need to slow the roll. He's capable of typing really fast.
do you spell check, William? Because be careful with that.
Yeah, the autocorrect could really get you in trouble.
Can mess you up.
Yeah, and I like what
Yes,
Bill
yes.
said earlier about the commentator, right? I mean, so I don't know, like, I mean, that's really cool, because if you have a tater,
And a commentator,
if you have a tater, but then if you have a commentator, we can all have a snack.
we could have a snack. Is it a commentator tot? Now that could be a little
That
person.
could be that's right. A commentator tot.
Commentator with the little tot beside you.
It's a commentator tot. Yeah, right.
And what about you there, Paul? What have
Polly
you
O?
been busy doing?
Polly O?
Well,
Nothing,
you've been
just work.
Traveling the,
Works.
can't
works.
say traveling the world, but
I was not traveling. Works are going very, very well. Very, very busy. Family stuff, man. My kids are busy. So up until this year, I had one in hockey. Now I got two in hockey, and a third in soccer. Indoor
Which is,
soccer.
who's who? Boys in hockey?
So boys in hockey,
Girls
I
in
is
soccer.
in indoor soccer
Soccer.
starting on Friday. So it has been
Wow.
full on, busy. But yeah, you know, status quo. Radio's going well. Hosting's going well. Everything's going well.
yeah. Excellent. Jeremy says, I know you don't read very fast, so I'm typing slow for
Sorry.
you. Thanks, Jeremy. We're all a bit tired, so that does help. Could you type in a bigger font, too, so we can see it better? That's very helpful there, Jeremy. Pardon me? You're eating the what?
That's right.
Cliff's phone has just jumped into the conversation.
No, it was this. No, it was.
You're eating what?
Sorry. This was a riff on the Trump thing. The eating the dogs. It's awesome. I absolutely love it.
Eating the dogs.
They're eating the dog. I saw the whole bunch of memes, and I saw one with this little boy, little tiny little tot. He's biting the ear. He's biting the ear of his Labrador, and on top of it is they're eating the dogs.
Wow.
Love
Hey,
it.
I was gonna ask, have any of you ever done that road trip from Regina to Winnipeg
Yes.
on that highway?
Yes.
That's
when-
it is the most boring 6 hours.
That's when the
Alright.
Tesla would come in handy.
Yeah, the self which, by the way, and I'm
Put it on autopilot. Go
I'm
to
kind of
sleep.
jumping between two stories here, but first of all, when you kind of get into Manitoba, they've got the big wind turbines.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So they got all these
Like
big,
this,
huge-
like you see it near Lethbridge. same
yeah.
thing, yeah.
And one thing we realized as
The Tesla goes faster?
The Tesla would be faster for sure. But
the Tesla sees the wind turbines and go, I think I can.
it happened to be very windy, so they are actually spinning pretty quick. But I heard apparently that when it's really windy, there's a way they can slow them down because they can't spin too
They can't
fast.
spin too fast. They'll just take off.
They'll be flying through you'll be, it's like Sharknado. Wind turbines will be flying at the highway. Just got a new film idea.
Cows.
If Sharknado can be hit, why can't wind binds?
Wind turbines, that's right.
Wind turbines.
Flying
yeah,
wind turbines.
Anyway, if you watch those things from different angles, they actually look like they're spinning. Some are
Back.
spinning counterclockwise,
The other way around.
but they're not.
They're not. No.
Until you actually get close and you actually
I
see
know.
they are spinning clockwise.
It's really
Anyway.
quite fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah, that was kind of weird. But speaking of Teslas, and I don't know if I told, so I took when we came into Edmonton for our
Oh,
show.
the Oogly. This is a good story.
Yeah, so
Good story.
I booked. I stayed at home in Edmonton for that show. So I took the day that I had to go back on the Friday morning for show day. After the setup, I drove Chai to her new site, and I left the car there, and I called an Uber. My Uber happened to be a Tesla, which was fine.
Cool.
And so I was riding this Tesla, and I'm talking away to the driver and just kind of seeing how he likes it and asking about, battery life and all this type of thing. And so we're talking battery life and what it's going to be like in the winter, because this will be his first winter with it. And he was talking about it'll probably go down to like 250 kilometers compared to 400
per charge,
in the
yeah.
winter per
Yeah.
charge. But anyway, so we're on the white mud and coming close to 170, and then he goes, well, here, let me show you this. So he puts it into self-driving mode and sits back.
Reclines. Yeah, I was waiting for that.
So his hands are up here, and he's chatting away to me. And he says, I just got this. It's a subscription. It's a $99 a month subscription
Right.
to have the self-driving mode.
Okay. Self-driving.
And so we went from probably the end of the White Mud, turning to 170th, all the way to the hotel in self-driving mode.
How did that make you feel?
I
As
was
a
in the back
passenger?
seat, and he was in the front. It was, I don't want to. It was actually, I guess, somewhat exciting because I've never been
Right,
in
yeah,
that
yeah,
before. A little unnerving because you don't know how the car's going to react as it's going down all this
Well, that's
traffic.
what I wanted to know.
on
Yeah, how did it
170th,
make you feel?
Where there's
Yeah.
also a lot of road work
Yeah, I know.
that the car has to
Yeah.
maneuver through right now.
Right.
And so it does it all on its own. And then we got to the left turn, which turns right to the hotel. And so I thought, this is going to be interesting. So it actually inches out into the intersection, and he's just sitting back, no feet on the pedals, and we're chatting away, and the car pulls, and it watches for a brake, cranks the wheel, and whips through there. So then it pulls right into the hotel and pulls right up to the front of the hotel.
Did you ever at any point feel that your security was at risk?
Not
did
really,
you,
actually.
Was it a harrowing experience? Was it
And
boring?
not really. And he did tell me that if he felt, that things weren't looking good, he can take manual control really
Sure,
quick. Just
sure,
push
sure.
of a button.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
But anyway, the whole way it seemed to handle well. It was, kept a decent car length between each car.
Yeah.
It would slow down when the car in front was slowing down, and it was just weird chatting.
Pretty whack job, eh?
Yeah, yeah. And,
Whatever. Wow. Oh, that's
when
wild.
he just kind of sits back and starts chatting away, and it's like, oh, wow.
Very neat.
You can see why you get those pictures of people on the highway going, 140 or whatever, in the self-driving
The
Tesla.
guy, remember last year, the guy was stopped on the Red Deer, on the highway from here, between here and Red Deer. He was doing 144 kilometers an hour, and he had his seat relaxed in the driver's seat.
He was sleeping.
But he had his seat actually relaxed.
Wow.
It's not recommended that you sleep while you're
How
in
not to do
self-driving
it?
mode.
Yeah. How
It's
not
not
to do it?
recommended.
Yeah, it's like the old joke when the lady with the RV, figuring out she had cruise control.
Cruise control, yeah.
So she puts it on cruise control and goes back to make a sandwich, not realizing you actually still have to drive there.
Yeah, but not in Saskatchewan, though. Here in Saskatchewan, you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it's just flat. It's just hold.
Yeah, I guess so, eh?
Put a little,
No,
put
just
one of those elastic
Yeah, exactly.
what do you call cords? Bungee
Yeah, the
cords.
tie-downs, yeah.
Yeah, tie downs, and just hold the wheel
Just hold
straight.
the wheel
There you
straight,
go.
you're done.
Yeah,
You'll
go
be
back, make
you'll be in
sandwich.
Winnipeg before you know.
Boom, shakalaka.
That's the first version
know.
of self-driving.
Yeah, and you'll be in Winnipeg well rested.
Just put like a brick on the gas pedal and bungee cord on the wheel and go
Why
back
not?
and have a sandwich there, self-driving.
Why not?
They would have done that in the Flintstones. Hello, Andrea.
I've never been in a self-driving vehicle yet.
Well, that was the first time.
Yeah.
For me as well
Yep.
to actually feel and that sensation of
Yeah.
nobody's
I
driving.
have not either, but that to me, I would be curious. I would be curious to know.
I'm curious
I would be curious on my own response.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right? Will I be climbing the walls or will
Yeah.
I just chill?
Yeah.
I don't know. Right?
Yep. No,
I think I
that's
stayed pretty chill in the back, and I just kind of, was watching as it was coming up to other cars, and I think the most probably nerve-wracking part was the left turn.
Okay, so
Just
were
not
you
sure
ever
what to
at
do.
it? Were you at a point where you could actually feel relaxed,
I
or
felt
were
pretty
you
relaxed.
always?
I felt pretty relaxed
Attentive.
the whole time going down 100, because down 170th right now with all the road work, it's pretty hard to go any past.
Yeah, you
60
can't go
clicks,
past
any
60
really.
kilometers an hour,
Most of it, a lot of it's 50 and that kind of stuff, and it monitors the speed limit pretty well as well, right? So if it's coming into a construction zone, it was
That's
slowing down.
wild, eh?
And but like I said, the left turn was probably the most nerve-wracking because I was watching and there was a lot of cars coming the other way.
Yeah.
And you know how sometimes if you see that brake, there's still cars coming, but there's enough of a brake that you can kind
Boom,
of gun it a bit
yeah.
and go. Well, that's what it did.
Man,
it saw that there's
that's
enough of a brake,
wild.
so it just gunned it. And you watch the wheel by itself just crank and.
Well, I tell you what,
So
its
neat.
calculations are much better than a human's calculations because
Yeah.
we have no speed. We have less. I doesn't say no. We have less concept of depth perception and speed.
Mhm.
That's one of the biggest factors of left turns getting smucked. Is that most humans don't have that depth perception to
Right.
be able to see to gauge the
Sure.
speed.
Get the speed.
If you're looking at it from
Sure.
a different angle, we can gauge the speed quite well. But it's coming at you this way. It's difficult to gauge the speed. That's why you find trains run over people because
Right.
they don't seem to understand how fast it's coming.
Yeah.
And that's a common thing. We don't have that depth perception, right?
Very
but,
cool. Yeah.
but if you're talking, I mean, I don't know, does the Teslas have Doppler radar? They must have Doppler radar.
And they
right?
must have something, yeah.
So I mean, so Doppler radar basically triangulates. Not to mention they're talking about satellites. So it's fascinating technology, man. It's fascinating.
Andrew just asking. It was a couple weeks ago, Andrea, that I was riding in a Tesla Uber that I booked. It happened to be a Tesla.
What I find interesting is that one thing. It's one thing for Google Maps or Tesla. I don't know what Tesla uses for its mapping system, but it's one thing for them to know what the speed limit on White Avenue is. I understand that it's in the city. Blah 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 blah. What I don't understand is when they set up a construction zone. How do they figure out?
That's right.
I don't understand that.
And there's construction zones for a day, some for 3 days,
Right.
some for 3 months.
So I'm curious.
How do they do
I
that?
would be really
I
curious to
don't
know.
know.
I would be really curious to know the technology and how they do
Yeah,
that.
because they said it did slow down a bit when it got it. So
Yeah.
somehow it knew that.
You probably read the sign that said speed limit fines are doubled.
Yeah, probably. That's
You know,
what
it's
it
funny.
did.
It's funny as a traffic reporter. We have one of the many websites that we use is a website called Waze, WAZE, and it has it will tell in real-ish time when a train is passing down 50th Street, where the construction is, and it resets whenever things change. Quite
Oh,
frankly.
okay, yeah.
You know, it's called Waze, WAZE. Yeah, but other than that, it'd be very interesting to find out what cars use.
I'd just be curious to know because, like I said, I can even though I don't take the technology for granted. I think it's phenomenal technology that Google Maps can tell me, oh, the speed limit is 80 and you're currently doing 85.
Yeah,
that's amazing to me. And
agreed.
and if people that I know on here don't think that's amazing, you don't know enough about technology because that's amazing. But for Tesla to be able to discover that, oh, wait a minute, yes, the speed limit is 60, but there's currently construction here. I mean, that's pretty remarkable to me.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool. And that was actually the first time I've ever even been in a Tesla.
Right.
And
I haven't.
I've been in a parked Tesla, but I
Right.
wasn't driving it.
Driving,
No, but he just showed it to me. So.
Right, yeah. I had an opportunity when at Infocom this year in Las Vegas, I could have because they had Tesla running underground at the convention center
nice.
from one hall to the other.
Cool,
So you could have jumped on that if you want, but I actually never used it. But yeah, so that's my first ride in a Tesla.
So what about all you people?
Yeah, what's
I
everybody
know. Don Cherry got in a lot of trouble saying you people.
You people, yeah.
But how about you people? What have you been up to?
doing? What have you all been doing?
What have y'all been doing with y'all selves?
Yeah, we had some. We had our first Ravenwood Music Club. We got another
Oh,
coming
man.
up October
How was
18th.
it? I'm so sorry I missed it.
It was fantastic.
Oh.
We listened
Paul
to a
Woida?
gentleman named
Paul
Paul
Woida, and I missed him.
He was very good. Had a looper, and did some good stuff. And I tell you, Bill, the venue, man, Salisbury Greenhouse for you Saskatchewanites. Unfortunately, well, you could if you had any dedication and commitment. You could come here, but
Okay.
nonetheless, since you don't have any dedication and commitment, you Saskatchewanites are out. However, I tell you what, beautiful venue, the greenhouse or whatever, Salisbury Greenhouse, nice venue for acoustic music. Anyway, what have you guys been up to? Do you want us to just sit quiet here and wait?
Yeah, we'll just wait for
okay,
your answer.
okay, everybody, shh. Dinner, we have dinner.
Next Ravenwood Music Club. It's the
October 18th.
18th.
Yeah.
It's the 18th, guys. So next Ravenwood Music Club is the 18th. So grab your tickets.
Okay,
Grab your
you
tickets.
guys,
Not a lot left.
chop, talk. Tell us what you've been up to.
Andrea said, did you know you were going in a self-driven car, or was it a surprise? No. When you book an Uber, Andrea, you know what the car is that you're actually booking. So I just wanted a small car because it was just me. So that's what I was going to select. And the small car happened to be a Tesla. So that's why I selected it. So I knew it was a Tesla that was coming to pick me up.
For the record, all my cars have been self-driving. This self has always driven them.
You've driven it. That's
I've
exactly
driven
right.
them myself all along.
That's exactly right.
Okay, so all my cars have been
That's true.
self-driven.
All cars have been self-driven since the beginning.
Listen, I don't want to hear.
automobile.
I don't care about you guys. Just
Yeah,
my cars.
this self.
My cars have been self-driven.
Andrea, you took family pictures this weekend. That's nice.
I got to do that this coming weekend.
Great
Andrea.
time to do them in the fall when the
Wait a
winds are
minute.
all changing.
Were you behind the camera or in front of the camera, Andrea?
Yeah.
I think in front. I think that's
And
what she's.
Nicole was busy. Union Rally promoting an October event called the Phantom's Mask, which I'm catering.
Oh wow, that sounds
Oh.
good.
Doing more epicure, and opening my catering doors.
Cool. Very cool.
Nice. So when you say opening
Very cool.
catering doors, Nicole, is this becoming more of a business now for you, or actually catering events and businesses?
And are you going to be catering on behalf of Epicure, or are you doing your own side gig thing? I'm curious about that too.
Yeah. Oh, and
Very
Nicole
cool.
says, oh, and by the way,
Hut. Saturday! Booyah! That's good, Nicole. That Saturday is good. Oh, and by the way, it's Saturday. Well, it certainly is not Saturday, but the Saturday worked. Thank
it
you.
is. Andrea says in front. We got
In
family
front.
pictures done. Nice.
Family pictures.
William
nice.
says working and he's feeling old lately. And William Seltzer found that quite funny. I went to a gala event this past Saturday night. Saw my good friend Terry McDade. Was playing harp for the cocktail hour, which was really
Good
nice.
guy.
Oh, nice.
And
Cool.
Good guy.
he sat at our table for dinner as well. So
Did he? Oh,
Good.
Terry's a nice guy.
had some good chats.
Yeah, I like
and
Terry.
we got lots of food, and that's the thing with those events and those big buffet, right? So
Oh, you
it
can't stop eating.
It was so
Where
much,
were you?
So much food. It was at the what's it called? It's just prior to Leduc. It's in Ellerslie. The it's a new Avatar Core Event Center or something like that.
yeah.
And it's right. It's got a Holiday Inn attached to it.
Attached to it. That's
It's a
right. I
big
saw that,
event
yeah.
hall.
Oh,
It's
cool.
actually very nice, very nice spot and a very nice room.
Nicole says, yes, I'm becoming a caterer, utilizing, Epicure seasonings and blends. Very
Oh,
cool.
Good for you,
That's
Nicole.
very
Nice.
cool.
Are you starting like a new page for it, or are you just going to stay on your Epicure page on Facebook and stuff? Let us know. Slam it up there on the Podly podcast
Yeah,
page so
100% promote yourself.
people can catch it.
And Nicole loves when you guys do that. I know Paul doesn't. But
I know Paul doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, we happen to like Saturdays. What can I say? Paul doesn't like Saturdays. I mean,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I love Saturdays, just when they're on Saturdays.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you love Saturdays, you like Saturday every day.
But yeah,
Especially on Monday.
and if you say it, it reminds you that Saturday's
Yeah.
coming.
And I mean, why wouldn't you
This
love
is
Saturdays?
true.
Glad
This is
Saturday,
true.
But it reminds
Saturday
you that
is coming.
Saturday is coming.
Saturday
What-
is my favorite day of the week, I must say.
What Bill and I like is a bouquet of Saturdays.
I wish I had a bouquet of Saturdays.
Did you see the drama there?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Bill and I go, we like a bouquet of Saturdays.
Hey, and actually, speaking of drama, you have a show coming up.
I got a show coming up.
How's that going?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Actually, we're rejuvenating the one act. One of my favorite. I have two really stellar. One of my favorite plays. Two of them. One was done with this gentleman right here. He directed and produced it, and it was called Nightmare. We did that for Fringe. And the other one of my most favorite plays that I've acted in is a one act play called Blooming of Ivy. And we did that 5 years ago, something. We took it to provincials. It was good fun with my friend Suzanne and I on stage, just the two people on stage.
Very cool.
And we're rejuvenating that in Devon, November 22nd, 23rd, 24th weekend. It's a beautiful dinner theater. If you guys want a nice sit-down meal, it's a beautiful dinner theater. East of Devon is East of 60 is the theater company in Devon. They're famous for their dinner theater. It's always full. It's sold out. It's never not been sold out.
Yeah,
Every table is sold out.
I've heard of it, yeah.
And it's a
Yeah.
beautiful dinner. It's being catered, not by Nicole, maybe next year, Nicole. It's being catered, and and they're putting on what they're doing is they're calling it a quickie night. So it's five, one act plays through a dinner theater.
Nice.
This is cool.
It's really cool, and I'm one of the
Wow.
I'm in one of the one act plays called The Blooming of Ivy, and my counterpart, co-star, whatever you want to call her, Suzanne, she's amazing. She's acting in two of the plays.
Wow.
So there's
For her.
5 plays.
Good for you, Suzanne.
And
I
she's
know you're here
acting in two of
sometimes.
the plays. So
Yeah.
Good for you.
So she's acting in a play called Boise, Idaho. Oh, it's a fantastically great play. I've seen it in rehearsal.
Very
It's
cool.
a really good play. It's about a narrator narrating a couple's difficulties and everything else. It's cool. It's really cool. And then, of course, our play, the play I'm in, is called Blooming of Ivy.
Tell us a little bit. So what's Blooming?
Blooming of Ivy is basically a recently widowed farmer. So I play a 60-year-old, obviously somebody way older than me. So
Of course.
it's such a challenge.
Yeah, it's tough when you're that young and have
Exactly.
to be that old. Yeah.
No typecasting here, guys.
Yeah.
So I'm playing a farmer who is recently widowed, who wants to basically get with his neighbor, who has been widowed for a very long time, a number of years. She's raised her family, she's raised the farm herself, and so on and so forth. And now that he's quote unquote free, I don't know how to explain it in such a way, but it's a very sweet and very engaging play. And it's 20 minutes or so, but it's so dense and so lovely. It's just such a great,
Very
it's
cool.
a great little play to be on stage. And I feel so fortunate to be on stage and play this across from Suzanne. And the director, Sharon. Sharon did a fantastic job directing this play. So I'm really looking forward to that. That is.
I didn't even know that. How long have you been in rehearsals for?
Oh, not long. We don't need rehearsals for this. Suzanne and I did it a number of
Okay.
times. So
Okay.
basically, it's
Okay.
just rejuvenating.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure.
But we have a couple of rehearsals. But anyway, people, I don't want to talk about too much. The dinner theater, though, if you're in the Edmonton area, the dinner, the atmosphere, the dinner theater, everything else is really worth the time.
Wow.
It's really good. So,
Yeah, I've heard of
yeah.
it too.
And we have 3 shows coming up. It's Friday evening, Saturday evening, and then Sunday matinee.
And the
at
dates
11
again were
o'clock.
November.
That weekend, the 22nd, 23rd, 24th weekend.
Right.
So
Right.
Very neat. Very
I
cool.
was hoping that we might be able to come, but we might actually be on vacation.
Les City guys might be on.
Or are you
vacation.
going on vacay?
Maybe. My
Yeah.
boss is after me because I have like 2.5 weeks of vacation I haven't used yet. And he's on my case about getting them used before the end of the year. So
It's funny. I was just talking about that at work today. I got to start taking my sick days before I lose them and stuff like that. We were just talking about that today too.
Yeah. By the way, looking at the time, is good evening, ladies
Oh.
and gentlemen. Welcome to
Wow.
the middle of the podcast.
glad you noticed that. I wasn't
I
actually
noticed, yeah.
keeping track, and Laura's not here to.
Look at William. He just said, my, look at the time. Hey, William, I got you, buddy. I got you.
So Nicole says it's called Faye and Flora and is part of the Clove and Dagger Events co-brand. Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, nice.
Very cool.
And she also
Nicole,
says she
this is
loves East of Devon. I've been
Yeah.
to a couple of dinner theater events. I have heard of it, and I've heard
Oh,
it's a
it's
great venue,
fantastic,
but I've
yeah.
yet to actually be there.
Yeah, and it's called East of 60. It's called East of 60, and it's in the town of Devon. First of all, they're an amazing theater group. Man, oh man, they put on some of the just fantastic. They like comedy, they like farces. It's always great. It's always great. But the dinner theater part of it, oh my god, it's just fantastic.
Okay, I got to get tickets now.
You should, Polly.
I'll get tickets. I'll get tickets.
Get tickets. Leslie's going on Friday night if you want.
Okay.
She'll be there on Friday night, and I think about eight some people coming.
Post it on Podly, Cliff.
Oh,
Post
yeah,
it
I
on the
should do
Podly
that, yeah.
website.
Yeah, but it's good. The dinner's good. The food is good, and it's just a nice time. And it's a nice venue, and to see 5 different plays.
Oh, it's brilliant.
I like this
love
as
it.
opposed to going and seeing one play. You're gonna go see 5 one-act
100%.
plays.
Stories in one night.
Yeah.
5 one-act plays. So that's really
Love
cool.
it. What a great idea.
Yeah.
No, that's
Great idea.
That is
Very cool.
excellent for sure.
Okay, so we don't have a topic. This is why we've been babbling and abbling
Yeah.
and abbling. So,
Yeah.
and not that we don't like babbling and abbling, but nonetheless.
And as I said, Laura's not here, so whatever. Where's her commitment?
I don't. Yeah, Laura's. Yeah, I think Laura ditched. Just to be honest with you, Nicole, could you bring up that sister of yours and tell her, please? Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, and as we've said like 100 more times through this 188 hours that we've kept you watching,
Yeah.
is that you can watch this on any device. So it's not an excuse to say, well, I'm
right.
not at home.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah.
I can
So-
see it anywhere.
Trying to think of anything that's happening in the city tonight that she's not here. I can't remember.
Yep. So, what about all you guys? I mean, William, what have you been up to there, my friend, in the grand metropolis of Saskatchewan? Are you in Saskatchewan, or did you move to Purdue? Anyway, just
Yeah.
that's a private thing. I was just asking.
Are you taking? Sorry about your vacay. You're taking
Yeah.
vacay, or are you guys going away?
While we're kind of looking at a couple of thoughts, it's just we got to get our site, this new site, finished and built.
Right. Yeah.
And then we'll kind
So
of
nothing concrete yet.
nothing concrete.
that's cool.
We're both thinking of maybe New York. New York is a possibility because we'd like to go to the Broadway side, and then we've also been flipping around going to Paris to go to Disney in Paris.
Nice. Wow.
So we're
Look at that.
trying to make that decision, but it's going to be in that November-ish time frame. So we just got to get it kind of
For a week? For 2 weeks?
probably just over a week or so.
Nice.
Oh, very cool. Very exciting.
What's Nicole there say, Cliff? I can't.
Nicole says, "Wait, you can watch it on Saturday." I don't know when that started,
Still not Saturday.
but I'd rather like it then.
Amy says all the babbling and dabbling has been rather interesting. By the way, hi Amy.
Hi, Amy, the babbling abbling.
Yeah.
See, she picked up on the babbling abbling part.
William says moose jaw actually, just causing mischief. You know, like I do.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
See, Amy picked up just sort of like to babbling abbling because that's I didn't crap like that. I don't know why the just does that.
So one of the places actually when we were in Regina that we went to on the night after the show, Union Station. So if you all know Regina, downtown, big Union Station, which is the big old train station, which is now a casino. But they also have a big old train engine out there, and they have a train car as part of the restaurant. So
Nice.
We got to eat in the train car. Our boss booked that.
Yeah,
so,
cool.
So we ate in the train car, which is kind of cool, and had some great butter chicken there.
Oh, butter chicken.
yummy.
I'm hungry.
That was actually, but anyway, yeah. So, and not to say I haven't been. Every year we go to Regina. We go to that restaurant usually for lunch and then somewhere for dinner. But for whatever that our boss booked the train car for dinner that night, which is great. So
Love it, love it, love it.
Nice. And so just I don't want to create any conflict and political duress here. However, if you're going to New York in November, it could be some political unrest.
it's going to be it'll be interesting because it'll be later in November. So
I know, but 2 weeks
who
in
knows
2
what-
weeks
There's going to be
in
some
the
Action Jackson going on over
who
there.
knows what's
maybe.
going to be happening? Yeah. So we're not again. Then we, like I said, we started looking at Paris as well because we thought it'd be really kind of cool to go to Disney. One of our plans is to hopefully see all of the Disney parks.
The Disney parks.
around the
Oh,
world.
really? Eh?
Sure.
And,
Really?
So my daughter and grandson were actually just in Disney in Anaheim this past
Anaheim.
week.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah.
they just got back. We picked them up at like 1:30 a.m. on Saturday morning
Nice.
from the airport, and they were there all week and had a real good time.
Very cool.
And so anyway, we've kind of found some good packages for Paris as well. So kind of looking at that, but yeah, it's going to be kind of late.
Have you guys been to
November.
Europe? You guys done Europe?
I haven't been to Europe. Chai has been. She's been to Russia. She's been to England, to London, and some of the areas around there.
Did you go to London to see the Queen?
Well, she had relatives there actually,
Oh.
but it was all part of a trip that she was on,
Very
and
cool.
part of and also going to Russia as
Ah.
well, and spent
Very
time in Moscow while it was still a communist country.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to see Russia.
Yes.
I would
Yep,
okay,
me too. Yep.
okay, and it's just so funny. Anybody says anything nice about Russia, I was like, "You like communist?" No, I don't. I like Russia. Russia is beautiful. The architecture is gorgeous and everything else.
Amazing. The history is
I would love
amazing. The
that.
Russian history is
Russian
amazing.
history is amazing.
Got to go for the food.
And yeah, exactly. So so before anybody goes, "You like Russian?" Yeah, I do. That's my Russian. I love Russia.
Yeah,
I
I'm
would love,
gonna come back loving red.
I would love to go.
Gonna
Yeah,
come
I know,
back,
right?
yeah.
I would love to go and visit Russia. I think that would be an awesome place to see.
Yeah. Well, Chai said it was, the trip was enjoyable. It was a communist country. You still had to line up at that point to get your food and
Everything else,
all
yeah.
that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And one night they were going to have dinner, and horse meat was on the menu.
Nice.
And yeah, so that kind of thing. William says major aurora happening outside.
It's
Mr.
been like that for a
Kirkland.
few days,
Hey,
Mr. Kirkland. Yes.
Where, man? Are you out of town? Like, I don't know where you are. If you're out of town or in Edmonton or what?
Yeah, it's been like that for a few days.
I've not seen it.
I think
Sometimes
it
you can see
started
it
on
on-
Saturday, I think.
Sometimes you can on what day?
Saturday, I think. Could start seeing, I
What
think.
day did you say?
No,
Saturday!
I said Saturday. I said Saturday.
Bill.
We throw you in the next one there, Nicole. Courtesy.
You're welcome, Paul. You're welcome.
Courtesy of
You're welcome.
Paulie.
I'm never gonna live this down yet. I think it started on Saturday. I think.
Courtesy of Paulie.
He said it
Aurora,
again.
I think.
He said it again.
I think.
Yeah. Well, usually.
Last night I was told, because I belong to a whole bunch of Aurora Chaser websites.
Oh,
and groups. It's fun.
They
Fun.
at my place, if it's a nice clear night out, and I haven't looked obviously tonight, sometimes we definitely can see them out here.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Or you can stand outside in the back deck and watch the little satellites flying around in the sky as well.
Nice.
Laura's finally here, by the way. You're a little late.
All the Elon satellites clearing the sky. Nice.
Laura, thank you very much. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Very excited. Laura had an extra ticket to a concert, and she has asked if I'm wanting to go to the concert,
nice.
and absolutely. So yes, I'm very excited about that.
Hi, Laura. Good. I liked all the crypticness of this. What's the concert?
Evanescence.
Evanescence.
And Hailstorm. And Lizzie Hale's an unbelievable vocalist.
Cool.
I almost even like Lizzie Hale more than I do Amy Lee. So I'm very excited about it. So thank you very much again, Laura, for thinking of me. That's awesome.
He's rather effervescent about evanescence.
Concerts, live music. I love it.
Okay, I need a symbol. This water bottle is nice,
What
but
kind of symbol are you looking for?
it's rather bloody harsh. It's very harsh. What kind of symbol am I looking for? A symbol that would lead us to.
Oh! Sorry, I didn't know it was a secret.
What's the secret?
I guess Nicole didn't know that I'm coming.
Oh,
Hey,
he
by the
just-
way,
he
Nicole,
just
I'm
blew it.
coming.
Nicole's going. She thought she was going. Oh no!
By
Now
the
we've
way,
got
Nicole-
drama on the show.
By the way, Nicole, I'm coming. I'm coming on Sunday. Sunday.
Didn't
That's when
quite
I'm
work.
coming. That's when I'm coming.
Well, she knows now, right, Laura?
Right.
So now
Yeah, but
Nicole's
him saying Sunday though. I mean, it's the day late.
It's a day. it's a day late.
And a dime short.
No, Nicole is still coming.
What do you mean no Nicole is coming? Nicole said she was coming. What do you mean no Nicole is coming?
So you're going with Nicole and Laura.
Yes.
Now Nicole is okay. So now Nicole is laughing. I was thinking Nicole's going to be on the phone going, "What? You invited Paul and not me?" I thought we were going to have a whole dramatic situation building up, like reality TV, building up here on the show, and we could just sit back and watch. But obviously that's
Vote
not
you
happening.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. So you get to go with Nicole and Laura.
I'm excited. I'm excited. Yep. Because I actually wanted to see that show a lot. Yeah.
Effervescent for effervescent. Effervescent for effervescent.
Will you be?
Effervescent.
Will you be like screaming really loud?
Effervescent about Evanescence? No, that's only for Depeche Mode. When I scream very loud.
Yeah, pardon me. Bless you.
When I scream very loud.
Bless you.
And cry.
And cry.
And cry.
Like a little girly
Well, how do you see
man.
the show then?
Like a little girly man. Through the wipers, yeah.
So anybody else enjoying this wonderful fall season?
Yeah, it's I always I'm hesitating here because it's a warm day today. It's going to
Yeah.
be 22 tomorrow, but I like
Cold
to see all
on
the
Wednesday.
colors.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the fall colors. That's probably obviously the best part of fall is to see all the leaves and the colors for sure. So
That's why I want to do family photos as well. So, we were too busy this past weekend, but this is a great time to do family photos outside as well. Just go in the River Valley or go,
Nice.
anywhere out. Yeah.
Cool. Do you have like a particular photographer you use, Paulie?
Yeah, my phone.
Oh, I see.
That's
thought,
it.
Yeah.
Oh no, I thought you meant like you and fam jam.
Nope.
It's the family
just
selfies.
me and my kids.
the family selfies. Oh, a fly is
Nope,
just
just
landed
me
on
and my
our
kids.
screen.
So,
Yeah.
What do you call a fly without wings? A walker. Sorry.
Well,
Sorry, I saw a fly there. Thought of the joke. I think we should tell dad jokes for the rest.
this is, I was going to say, this is what happens when we don't book a topic. This is what happens.
yeah.
I heard a good one the other day.
Uh-oh.
I heard a good. No, I'm sorry. I heard one.
How much time left?
What it says? Yeah, the name Lance is not very popular nowadays. But back in medieval days, back in medieval days, people used Lance a lot.
For some reason, I don't think we're going to get.
You do use Lance a lot. Yes, you do.
For some reason, I'm not sure we're going to get an encore tonight.
Oh man. Okay, you guys, we need some topics. Okay.
We got 15 minutes left.
Yeah, we need some
See
topics.
what happens when you're gone for a month? You get rusty, boys and girls. You
That's
get
right.
rusty.
That's right. But not only for tonight. I mean, tonight we're just jabbering, right? But we need some topics coming up. We've got a bunch. I didn't want to tackle the one topic we were going to tackle a couple of weeks ago was predestination, determination, self-determination, whatever you call it, predetermination versus choice.
Mm-hmm.
Does free will exist?
Mm-hmm.
That was the topic, but I wasn't really in the mood to discuss that tonight. It sounded a little bit heavy and thinking we've been away for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So perhaps you guys could think about that topic. Free will. Does free will exist, or is it all predestination?
Mm-hmm.
Or self-determination? What is it called? Predetermination?
Predetermination.
I believe, yeah.
Um,
I have a topic. Who came up with the name of the days?
Yeah.
Why is Monday called Monday,
Monday.
and Tuesday called Tuesday? And
it's gonna have a history in Latin,
there's
right?
got to be a Latin history or something. Like who came up with? Okay, we're going to name this day will be called Monday.
The months are gods. The months are not Greek. I think they're Roman gods.
Was it a Mayan
Those are
calendar
months.
or
Wait a minute, hold on. No, that was your calendar, not my calendar.
The months are Roman gods, not
No, I
Greek.
thought-
Are they Greek?
No, is it? I don't
Well,
know.
March.
Like obviously it came up.
Mars.
Aries?
March.
somebody decided there had to be a calendar.
Yeah.
Somebody decided that, okay, there's
Julian.
a calendar.
Some
Yeah.
dude named Julian come up with the calendar.
Julian.
We're going to have 7 days in a week.
Right.
And like I said, did they all sit around a table and go, well, what's today? Let's call it Monday.
Let's call it Monday.
What's tomorrow? Tuesday. And then Thursday. And then Wednesday, Thursday. And then Friday. And that big day that everybody likes to
Yeah.
talk about comes up on the calendar. So,
What I don't understand is a lot of these things, right? Because, I mean, Earth. Who come up with the term Earth?
With the term Earth.
that's true.
Okay, now, I know that planets, because...
Mercury, God, Jupiter's
No,
God.
no, but I know the Greeks came up with it because
Yeah.
they tend to move.
Right.
Yeah,
So
but
planet,
who
so,
called
so
this Earth?
planetas, right? So
Yeah.
planetas, whatever you
Yeah,
call it.
yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
Well, not I get that, but I read about that. But who come up with the word Earth? Who come up with the word? One of my biggest questions is who come up with the word mankind?
Right. Yeah.
Like who come up with human?
Good call.
Who come up with the word
So
human?
was it a couple of people sitting around a fire one night roasting their catch of the day and
Right.
just sitting there and going,
Well,
I
they're
think we should
always
call this
Well,
Earth.
Most of them
And
are
the thing
always iterations of other languages.
Okay,
or
but-
words in other
Okay,
languages.
but fine. But what I'm saying is this, right? If there's a monkey, we named the monkey monkey. We called the monkey a monkey.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
A
I know
giraffe.
that.
Somewhere along the line, some first explorer saw a giraffe
Yeah.
and went, I think
Yeah.
he looks like a giraffe, and then giraffe became the word.
That's right.
Just like,
But
just
how
like,
do you know what a draft look like?
just like when we come up with the word for the podcast, we
Yeah.
just made up a word called podly, right?
Yes.
Yep.
So the first explorer,
Yep.
he saw a giraffe and he thought to himself, I don't know what that animal is. I think we should call it a giraffe.
Yeah.
That's fine. I get that, and in my mind, I'm like,
Where
I
does-
can get that.
Where does the word draft come from?
No, but even that, just for argument's sake, let's say he just come out of the blue,
Mm-hmm.
just that we came up with podly. But what I don't understand is human. So I'm my little caveman self,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sitting there, fire good. And then I don't know what to call me. I think I'll call me human.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like who? It's one thing for us to say, we're gonna name this animal an elephant. We're gonna name this animal a
Yeah.
dog,
Yeah.
a canine.
Agreed.
But who named us?
That's a good question. Laura says, did you know that the days of the week are named after gods and planets?
You just said that,
Yes.
didn't you?
Yep.
Isn't that what you said?
Yep. It's all good.
I think Paulie just said that.
Yep.
Yeah, but
It's all good. Yep.
but it, no, that is, it's really interesting.
It's a legit question.
Where did all this come from? Like, where did all the names
Yeah.
come from? Like, how did it come about?
And like I said, it's one thing if we say, hey, listen, 6,000 years ago, Ramses or whoever the pharaoh was decided to name this
Yes.
in Latin, and I can kind of get that. Okay, well, a human named him, but it's not like a monkey named us. We named
No.
a monkey, but
Yeah,
it's
you
not
see
like
a monkey walking
named
by and go, oh,
And what's
human.
funny too, if I can go a little bit further, how does it stick?
That's the other
How
thing.
does the word stick?
Yeah,
so
so-
I understand hieroglyphics, people writing it down, but there's a lot of civilizations, guys, that didn't write anything down. I mean,
Well,
they had
there's
no
oral
vocabulary, they had
tradition.
no alphabet. Or there is oral tradition. A lot of the indigenous had the oral tradition, but,
Yeah, but-
how does it stick?
But what again? I go back to this original naming. So I don't know. Like if you I don't. But if you think the theory of evolution is makes sense to you, I don't. But anyway, if you think it does, so all of a sudden ape becomes human, and then the human goes, I don't know what to call me.
Yep.
So I'm going to sit around on this caveman fire and make myself some meat, and I think I'll call me human.
Human. Yep.
Like who comes up with this
I
stuff?
agree.
And I know it comes from Homo sapien and blah blah blah. I get all that, but I'm just curious. I'm always curious. That's a question in the back of my head. I always wonder.
I wonder that as well. Like,
Do you guys ever get and just to your point, Cliff? I remember when I was probably in my 20s, and I specifically remember, I don't know if this was a dream or if I was awake or whatever. I got stuck on one word for just that reason. How did they come up with the word kitchen? And for days, I was thinking about this. I'm thinking kitchen. How does somebody come up with the word kitchen? So to your point, that's kind of what happened.
Yeah.
How do you come up with that?
Yeah.
I think and that happened to me about 20 years ago.
Yeah, and I mean words. How did we come up with Podly podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean Podly. The word Podly doesn't exist as far as I know.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, it's just out of thin air. And words like that are fine, but naming conventions of planets, okay, planetes, I get it. So
Yeah.
the Greeks named planetes and because that which moves, right? It's okay, fine. But then we named the stars. Why is it called a star?
Star.
Who named the sun the sun?
Yeah. Somebody did it.
Who named the moon the moon?
Yeah, that's the thing.
And who
came
said
up
this?
with all
And who
And-
said this constellation is Taurus?
And
Yes.
the question is we're commiserating right now. Is there actually an answer? Can we actually go to the library? Can we actually go to Google and find out the actual root of sun, like where it actually? I don't know if that.
It's probably
information's out there.
Latin, but
I don't know if that
I mean, was
information's
it
out there.
who called it? Was it Da Vinci? Was it Galileo?
Yeah, good question. I don't know if that information's actually out there. The whole root of the words. I mean, obviously there's some some words that you can find the roots of.
Okay, Google. Who named the Earth Earth? Here we go.
We'll await the answer.
Like many names of the solar system objects, Earth's original namer is long lost to history. Aha!
There you go. There you go.
But linguistics provide a few clues. Eartha is an approximate spelling for the ground, meaning the ground upon which we stand. Okay, who come up with the word ground? And in Anglo-Saxon, one of the many ancestors' languages to English. Okay, well, I hate to say this, Google, but I already knew all that. Right?
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter, okay, so, all right. So, it's not a silly question. It's a legit question.
It is a
It is a
legit
legit
question.
question.
Absolutely it is. Absolutely
It is.
It's a legit
It's
question.
Yeah. Absolutely it is.
there's so many things, whether it be
It's-
language or just, as you said, calling us humans.
Humans,
or,
yeah.
Like you said, calling dogs. Like who came up
Yeah.
with all of this? Like,
And
who's-
the thing is that, like, the quote unquote, don't hit me for this, the lower species, I can easily say, because we know that you know, this plant was named after this botanist.
Yes. Yes.
So we know all of that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And who come up with the word botanist? But anyway, I can go on and on. This stuff drives me insane.
Mm-hmm.
So I can get saying, okay, this explorer named this.
Mhm.
What I don't understand is who named us.
that's
That to me is sort of the
somebody, something or somebody did.
right, and they decided
So-
that we're supposed to be called humans.
Yeah.
And I know people,
Is there a definition of the word human?
there is, yeah, there is.
Is there a definition of the word human?
Yeah.
I'd like to know. I'm not talking about a noun. I'm talking about the definition of the word.
Yeah, and then people get confused too with mankind. They think it's something to do with the male species. No, mankind is not man. Man is a collect. A word is a collect for the collective species. Man, woman, child, everything is called man. And so mankind is humankind, unlike Trudeau's people kind.
Trudeau kind.
People kind.
People kind. Oh, I remember that. I forgot about that. I forgot about
I
that.
just remembered people kind.
I forgot about that. That's funny.
Laura
Yeah.
says Latin language teaches a lot of root words.
Actually, Latin language is the root of a lot of words.
Yes.
A lot of words. Correct. Same as French.
Yeah,
Deja
but no,
vu.
but Latin being the predecessor.
Latin,
Correct.
Yeah.
To French. Yes.
So
Agreed.
yeah, to
Yes.
all the
but
language.
you're-
I've loved linguistics. I've loved it. I've been fascinated by it. Yeah.
But you're
Absolutely.
completely right. Like, is it somebody sitting around a fire?
Yeah.
Is it somebody like sitting under the stars one night and looking at each other going,
Yeah.
what do we call
What
each
do we
other?
call each other, yeah. And some names like make a lot of sense to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you look at some names in nature, trees.
Trees.
One of the trees that I love is a very popular and very common tree. It's called the quaking aspen, and it's basically of the poplar family. But it's funny if you look at the leaves, the leaf will be on its twig right here, and in the wind it'll literally do this. I can do it left hand. It'll do this. And it literally just does this. The whole leaf does this in the wind. And it's the fascinating thing. I bet you if I were to look on my phone in previous years, I bet you I've got probably 4 hours of video on this. Because it fascinates me how it does this. And it's called the quaking aspen. Okay, I can get it. Some dude sat there, or
Yeah.
dudess,
Yeah.
botanist sat there and said, oh, that's a great name for it. You know, I know about diseases. Diseases are named after the people that discover them.
Yep.
Right? I
Yep.
mean, I hate to be the guy whose last name was diarrhea. Sorry, I had to say that, but nonetheless, you know.
His first name is Daya.
so I mean, sorry.
Mr. Ria,
digress.
Mr. Ria, could you explain yourself, please?
and
I'd like to welcome to the stage, diarrhea.
on that note,
Will that get us an encore?
okay, but so okay. Well, I'm glad it's not I'm glad the question about Earth is the legit question.
No, it is.
Because it's actually tortured me, but I've never asked the question out loud. But I've actually been rather tortured by it. It's like, who come up with this stuff?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Right? Because a lot of, even when you're listening to scientists talk, and you know me, I love podcasts and stuff, right? So I watch kind of everything. I'm curious about everything. So I've often watched these scientists say, and blah, blah, blah is what we call a so-and-so. I'm like, who called it that?
Yep. And where'd you get that from? Yeah.
Because that's they literally say, and this is what we call the amygdala.
Yeah. Well,
Who called it
who
the
came up with
amygdala?
that?
I'd like to know who called it, right?
Yeah.
It's like, on topic, off topic, microbiology. The very first piece of matter. It's amazing to me. It's amazing to me. And how does the world start? How does language start? It's fascinating to me.
It's amazing.
It's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, and that's why
Love
it's so funny. I was just having this discussion a little while ago with people talking about atheism versus evolution, the theory of evolution and blah blah blah, and everybody is so it's evolution. Oh yeah, it's Big Bang, and I'm like, okay, what came before?
What was before the Big Bang?
What was before?
But well, nothing. You can't ask that question. No, you can ask that question. Trust me,
There
I
had
can
to be.
ask that question.
There was what? Yeah. What was before?
No, but say the Big Bang, and okay, so we've got untold, unimaginable amount of matter floating around in the universe that came from where exactly?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it just happened. So don't
Yeah.
fine. You talk about us species being evolved, which I don't necessarily believe all that. I believe in adaptation, not evolution, perhaps. But what about the moon? What about the blah blah blah? Where did all this matter come from?
I know.
So and they say, oh well, we crawled out of the oceans. Well, where the hell did the oceans come from?
They had to come, they came from something
Agreed.
or somewhere.
Agreed.
Right. So in terms of that, so I'm a questioning person in that, and so the same thing becomes a question for me with words. And fine, I get it. Galileo probably looked at the night sky and called something something.
And that's
Yep.
why I
Yep.
still, believe in life in other universes and other planets. I think there's still types of life that were out there well before
that
we
route
came
before
along,
us, right?
and that we may never know of because they're too far away.
Too far away. Yeah.
And they're probably the same thing, whether they're humanoid or whatever they are, could be looking at Earth and going, huh, look at those.
Well, it's really funny because
what are
there's
those people, right?
There's the age old question: is the universe still expanding, or is it regressing?
No,
Is it regressing?
No, back in '65, up until 1965, they thought it was compressing.
Compressing.
And
It
then
is
after
still
six-
expanding.
After '65, they realized that it's still
So
expanding.
to your point, we can't be the only ones. We cannot be the only ones. I don't know, because we're still expanding.
I still find it really hard to believe that Earth is the only
I agree.
planet that has some form of life like us. I'm not saying that, like I said, I'm not saying it's humanoid or
Carl
maybe
Sagan said it
whatever
best.
it could be, but
Carl Sagan said it best. If it's just us, that'd be an awful waste of space.
look at our time.
So, look at that. It's almost 2 minutes to go. Hold on. 3,
That's a great topic,
2,
by the way.
1. It's an excellent topic. There you go. Well, thanks, folks. Appreciate you coming back, join us, and hang with us for a bit. First podcast in 4 weeks. You came back. You engaged with us, laughed a little bit. We really appreciate that. I speak for the three of us always when I tell you. We always appreciate you showing up and engaging with us. It is always nice for you to come and spend that Monday night with us. Thank you.
And if you
To
want
the people in Saskatchewan, last thing, shout out to the people in Saskatchewan. All of you fine folks, this was not a discussion type podcast like we normally have. This was just a bullshit session. But nonetheless, happy you guys joined. And if you happen to not watch it live,
you can watch it again right here on YouTube, along with the comments. So go back and watch it again if you want, if there's something that you missed, or maybe binge on some episodes which you hadn't seen in the past.
yeah, we had a
Also,
good discussion on AI sometime
We did.
back.
Also on Facebook, you can watch it there, or listen to the audio on soundsugarradio.com on Friday nights at 10 o'clock. But that is just the audio. You don't get the comments other than those of what we have read on this show tonight. But anyway, everybody, good to see you all here with us again.
To be determined if we are back next Monday, because it is still a long
Thanksgiving already.
weekend. So it is to be determined, guys. Watch for our Facebook posts throughout
And
the week.
comment. I mean, if you think we should be on,
You know?
leave us a comment on there and let us know.
Who decided we should eat turkey for Thanksgiving?
Who decided
That's
that?
right.
Who called it turkey?
It wasn't the
Who called it a turkey?
Who called it a
Who
turkey?
saw it running across the field?
Why is a turkey named a turkey, and why is the country named a turkey? That's what I want to know.
All right.
And what if
everybody.
you fry turkey in Hungary and in Greece?
That's right. That's
Have an
what I wanna know.
amazing night. And
Thanks, guys.
most importantly, stay happy.
Everybody stay happy. We'll see you all later.
Later.